Good evening, everybody. This evening, you have a treat. You have got the wonderful, beautiful soul that is Heavenly Helen. Please welcome her to Keep On Chatting. This is her first show this evening. You've all seen her before doing her different things that she does and part of our festival. And because we all thought, including all of you, the audience, thought how wonderful she is, she now has her own show. And I am going to stop waffling. I'm going to bring her on and allow her to take over because tonight is all about crystals. Hello.
Hello. Oh, I've been so excited, Karen. Thank you so much for this. I'm so looking forward to sharing my knowledge of crystals.
Well, okay. Helen, I will go away and leave you to enjoy your evening, everybody. And don't forget to allow StreamYard to click on the blue writing StreamYard.com and give StreamYard permission to see your name, because if you're commenting or asking questions, all Helen's going to see is Facebook user. So please make sure you do that, guys. Enjoy your evening with Helen, and I'll see you all later.
That's lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, I haven't been given a time limit, so I could be on here for 10 hours, if that's all right with you all. No, I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. I have an hour to explain about the whole world of crystals. Now, please bear with me in case there's any technical issues. Who knows? There could be, but I will master it eventually. So basically, how tonight will go is I'm going to explain to you all about crystals, the best crystals to use for healing, the best crystals to use for yourselves, basically. So the first thing I'm going to look, and then eventually as well, I'll come to you for any comments. So I'll keep looking at your comments, and oh, I'm seeing some comments already. Yeah, that's great. So thank you so much. Thank you. So I've got Joanne John, I've got Irene from Japan. Oh my goodness me. John, how are you, John Reese? Oi, oi. And then I've got Robin saying hello. Thank you so much. Thank you, Eddie. I just want to thank you. Keep coming with the comments so I know there's somebody out there. Okay, so my first thing I want to discuss is I can hear you all saying, I can hear you all shouting now, what are crystals? Well, that's a huge answer. And where do I begin? Hey, Anna Thomas. Where do I begin? Okay, so crystals, I've wrote this down because there's so much to say about them, but basically they are pure solarized sunlight. They take millions of years to form, and they have a certain vibration. Each crystal has a certain vibration which connects to your vibration, which is why they are amazing when it comes to healing. You know, when you hold that crystal and you think, it feels like it's buzzing in my hand, it's the weirdest feeling. That's because it's connected to you and it's connected to your vibration. So that's a good thing. That's always a good thing. So basically, they are here to teach us, serve us, but their energy lays dormant until we awaken it. How cool is that? So they've got elemental consciousness. The mineral, the plant, and the animal kingdom are all bound together with a group consciousness. The elements need to be directed and channeled. Therefore, a crystal needs to be programmed for us to use them, or they are just then chunks of rock. So I'm going to teach you tonight how to cleanse them and program them and then use them for you, for yourself. I'm sure you've all got crystals out there. Every one of us has got a little crystal of some sort. So I just need to teach you what that will do for you, basically. Some crystals have higher frequencies than others. Their strong energy fields can be used to raise your personal vibration. This is a time of extraordinary change on the earth, and these higher vibrational crystals are the primary healing stones that may be used to assist you in your healing journey. So basically, whatever crystals you've got will help you in your own spiritual journey. You probably don't realize it yet, but they will. They're quite amazing. So there's all sorts of different crystals out there, but the first ones I want to talk about are rock crystals. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of what a rock crystal is, which most of you have probably got. Okay, I hope you can see that okay. Can you all see that? Hopefully you can. So basically, rock crystals, they've got a balanced structure. They have a piezoelectric property. I'm just reading what your comments here. And they are the perfect stone for healing, which is what we all want. We all want to use crystals for our own healing. So rock crystals are the best crystals for expanding your awareness. Without these, we would have no computers, no electronic office equipment, or any other electrical devices. That's quite interesting, isn't it? So rock crystals can be described as living computers because they absorb, they store, and then they send out energy. Okay, so I want to talk to you about the certain types of crystals now. So I want to talk to you about the macrocrystalline crystals. I'm just seeing all your comments here. Oh, hello, Gary Fields. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Vanessa. We're just learning the technical side of this, so hopefully we're okay. I want to know, can you still see me when I'm talking about the crystals? I'm not sure you can. So we're just learning this. So basically, the macrocrystalline group, this group, with exception of the rose quartz, we all know rose quartz, so with the pink stone, that's the pink stone. And I've got one here. I've got a nice one here. I don't know if you can see me. There. Okay, right, you can see me. Okay, so this group, with the exception of rose quartz, normally has a six-sided form, which ends in a single termination point. On the rare occasion, a clear quartz can have two termination points, one at each end. This is called a double terminator, which is the strongest type of healing crystal. It can draw in, hold, and release energy at both ends. It is very powerful. And I have one here. Can you see that, guys? That is a double termination point. So if you were to place that on you there, if I'm placing that there, that's sending energy up, out, and also sideways. So basically, just one crystal there with a double termination point is the most powerful crystal of all. But also, I have here a quadruple termination point. This is huge. This is, you just lay this on you. If you place this on your throat, basically, if you place this on your solar plexus, that's the biggest energy center, that will send healing out to all areas of your body. It is so powerful. So when it comes to points, termination points, they're all really powerful in the world of crystals. Okay. Who has a double termination crystal? There must be somebody out there. I'm sure there is. Who's got one and who has a quadruple one? If not, who has a clear quartz? I'm sure you've all got clear quartz. They're amazing for your computers. You're sitting here now on your mobile phones or your laptops or your computers, and this is the best thing that you could be having, just sitting by it, because it'll eliminate all the harmful EMFs, which is the electric magnetic force that comes from your computer. This will actually get rid of all the harmful EMFs. So it'll heal you. So if you put a clear quartz crystal by your computer, it will actually heal you. Okay? There you go. See, every day's a school day. Okay, so I just want to talk really now about the quartz crystals. There are several groups of quartz crystals. One is the macrocrystalline group, which is what you've just seen there. And then we have, there's several sets of them. We have the amethyst. I'm sure we have people out there that have got amethyst crystals. These, I find, are the best for your psychic development. If you sleep with an amethyst crystal under your pillow, this is really powerful, and it goes straight to your third eye, which is here. And this helps to open up your psychic mind. So when I was a little girl, I used to have a tiny little amethyst crystal like this. And then I got bigger and bigger and bigger. And then I went more for the amethyst bed. This is called an amethyst bed, and I put that under my pillow, and that will connect to my third eye, which is right here at the front. And now I have like a cave at the side, and it's literally, it helps you to open up your psychic mind. So we have the amethyst crystal, which is fantastic. The rose quartz, which is the pink crystal, which is for your heart chakra. That heals you on a emotional level, which is a beautiful level. So basically, then we've got the smoky quartz, very good for grounding, your clear quartz, your rutilated quartz, and your citrine. There's so many crystals out there. I could sit here all night and talk to you about so many crystals, but tonight we are just discussing the quartz crystal. We'll have to do lots of other programs about the rest of the world, but for tonight, it's the quartz crystal. So when it comes to your actual crystals, it's very good to have a starter pack. Have you all got crystals? I'm sure you have. I will come to you in a minute and take some questions. But for your own actual starter pack, it's very good to have your own little bag of crystals that you can take with you everywhere to use them for healing, psychic development, all sorts of things, whatever you want to use them for. Tonight, we're going to, like I say, we're going to concentrate on the healing side. So a very good starter kit is you need a 6 clear quartz. So even, I'm just going to get these ones here that I've got behind me. These are very small. These are Lemurian quartz. These are really powerful. Small, you know, size doesn't matter when it comes to crystals. Even small crystals are so powerful because they're all amplified. The energy of a crystal is all amplified. So when it comes to these, if you've got 6 of these, and then you need a generator. Now, a generator crystal is usually a bigger crystal like this. So this is the one. So you've got your main ones here. You've got your main small crystals, and then the generator crystal will amplify it. You can have a generator crystal, or you can go for what I've got. Oh yeah, the big mama. I've got the big mama out here, and this is a wand. This is a crystal wand. So here I've got the generator crystal, and then she's actually attached to lots and lots of amethyst, wrapped around with copper coil, which conducts energy. So I use this as my generator crystal, but you can have any crystal wand, you can make your own ones, which is wooden, any piece of wood, and put a little crystal on the end, and that would then form it into a wand. But for now, this is my generator crystal, my wand. But you can also use any bigger crystal, which would be this. This is my generator one, okay? And then your 7 chakra stones. So the 7 chakra stones, because each chakra is a different color. I'm sure a lot of you do understand a little bit about the chakras. So each one is a different color. So we use a clear one and for the head, and then we use a beautiful purple chakra stone for your third eye, a blue one for your throat, a green one for your heart chakra, and then we move down onto the yellow for your solar plexus, and then orange for your sacral, and red for your base. So basically any crystal, which them color, when it comes to colors, crystals are amazing for healing, but also so is color therapy. So when it comes to any colored chakra stones that relate to each one, then that's your best starter kit. So I'm just going to have a little look at the questions here. So a few of you, I can see, I'm reading here now, a few of you have got crystals. Hiya, Gemma. Hiya, Gemma McLeod. Joanne, you love that crystal. Which one? Which crystal did you love? John Reese, you've got a few crystals. They are amazing. And yeah, it doesn't matter how small or how big, they're all really, really powerful. So when it comes to having your own little starter bag, it's good. Like I say, it's good to have the 6 clear quartz, the 1 generator, and the 7 chakra stones. And then you can heal the world. You can heal yourself. You can heal somebody else. You can actually do a crystal healing treatment, which is amazing, which completely rebalances somebody, clears their energy, and it's beautiful. So yeah, so thank you, Maureen. I've just seen, hiya, Maureen. So yeah, so when it comes to a starter pack, you can't go wrong with everything that we've put on the slides there. So, right then, so cleansing your crystals. When you actually acquire your crystals, you know, some of them could be holding negative energy. You don't know where they've come from. Even from a beautiful soul who sold them to you or has given them you, they could have a negative energy. They may have been sad and they're holding your crystal. You don't want any bad energy on there. Crystals are like portable computers, so they have to be cleared. So once you've acquired your crystals, you need to cleanse them of any negative energy that they could be holding. Crystals are like little computers. They have to be cleared of any previous thoughts or programming. A lot of the time people hold the crystals, they are programming them. They're putting their own thought waves into the crystals and they need to be cleared of that. So a very good way of doing, there's so many different ways. I'm sure you've all got your own really. There's so many different ways when it comes to crystals, but a very good way of cleansing them is to bury them overnight. I do know a few people, including myself, who have buried crystals in the earth and they've never found them again. So put a marker, just put a little marker down where you've put them. That's the best way of doing it. But yeah, burying the crystals overnight, they will connect to the earth's magnetic energy and that will cleanse it. You don't need to do anything. That will completely cleanse it just by putting them in the earth overnight. You don't need to do anything else. Put them in the earth, get them out the next day, completely cleansed. It's absolutely beautiful. Wash them in the sea. Now, that's all very well if we live by the sea. If we live by the sea, then put them in the sea and wash them. Wonderful. If not, in water. Salt water will wash them. Put them in a bowl, just clear tap water with the salt water in there, and then just keep cleansing them, keep cleansing them. You won't believe how it clears them of any negative energy. And smudge them with sage. That's also a very good one. I'm sure a lot of you out there use sage, so that will cleanse them. When it comes to the moon, oh my gosh, right, okay, so firstly, go back to sunlight. Crystals are pure solarized sunlight. So by placing them outside in the sunshine, that it's like taking them home again. They will love that and they will absolutely cleanse with that. When it comes to putting them in the moonlight, they will recharge with a magnetic power, which is completely different. And it's called a moon bath. Excuse me. Goodness me. I don't know what happened there. There's a moon bath that you can have, which will completely cleanse them, recharge them, and give them a magnetic energy. So by putting them on the windowsill on a full moon is very magical. That will give them a little bit of magic. Okay, so that's cleansing them. I want to move on now to programming them. Joanne, Amethyst, and you use rose quartz on your heart chakra. Good girl. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. Rose quartz, you can't beat rose quartz on your heart chakra, and amethyst on your head. So they are the two main energies where to place them. That's a brilliant thing. So good girl, you're doing that. Good. How often? Maureen, you're asking how often should you cleanse them? You can tell there's something about a crystal that hasn't been cleansed. I love going to charity shops and I love having a look at crystals in charity shops. But when you hold them, sometimes there's a beautiful vibration from a crystal and you can feel it vibrating in your palm. But then sometimes there's a burning feeling and there's something not right and sticky. Oh my God, if a crystal feels sticky, it so needs cleansing. It's the worst thing ever. I do a lot of crystal healing throughout the day, but now and again I'll do a psychic fair. And if I do a psychic fair, then I'm trying my best to cleanse them along the way. But then you get to this point when they feel sticky, you just can't go any further. You have to wash them in salt water. That's because they're holding too much negative energy. I had a customer that come to see me with a beautiful black necklace, and she was so proud that she got this black tourmaline necklace, which is excellent to wear for protection. But when I touched it, it was like sticky. It was so full of negative energy. So I just think you are the best connection to your own crystal. So whatever you feel, if you touch it and you think, oh, this doesn't feel right, it feels a bit sticky, just wash it. I just think every so many days, really. Just keep cleansing them and washing them, because then once they're super cleansed again, they'll work for you. they're doing their job. By being full of negative energy, that's actually doing their job. That's what they're supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be sucking in all the negative energy to keep it away from you. But when you don't want that coming back to you. So washing them in salt water is always the best thing. It's always the best thing ever. So when it comes to programming them, crystals can be programmed just like a computer. You place the crystal in your hand, and then you draw in a white light right through your crown chakra. You allow the light to move through you, into your hand, and then into the crystal. And I just cover the crystal with one hand. You ask the crystal to be programmed for one of the following. So protection, good health, releasing blockages, harmony and healing, happiness, wealth, whatever it is that you want it programmed for. I use a lot of my crystals for healing. So I will just place that down and say, I ask for the greatest good for this crystal to be programmed for healing energy. And then this crystal is then programmed for healing energy, no matter what. As soon as I lay that, it's already on a healing frequency. It's already cleansed, but then I've programmed it. Oh my goodness. And then I'll tell you what I have done as well, which is a very good cheat, as I would say, in the gaming world. You actually ask it to reprogram itself. So you ask it to cleanse itself and reprogram itself every month to keep it fresh, that it will stay as a healing crystal. And I use a lot of crystal healing grids where I set up different crystals in a grid. I put someone's name underneath the main crystal, and then all the 7 crystals facing into the actual crystal are giving that person healing. So it's a really powerful thing. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to do. So basically, they can do whatever you want them to do. They are there to serve you. As I say, in the olden days, I've done a lot of regression and took people back to past lives. And I have known stories of people that say that they lived in caves, and in these caves were these huge crystals in front of them, and they were computers. So what we know as computers, they had these huge crystals in front of them, and they would speak to them, they would connect to them, they would connect to other crystals, and they would connect to interstellar communications, so other galaxies. Now I know that's going a little bit too far probably tonight, but that's what they do. They're not just here to serve us on Earth, they're here to serve us on interstellar communications. So these beautiful, beautiful chunks of rock, of pure solarized sunlight, are a little bit more than we give them credit for. Amazing. Okay, so that's how you program them. So I want to discuss now just about the Divic kingdom. So every crystal has a soul. Now that may sound unbelievable to most people, but they have a soul. They have a diva. They have a actual soul in there. So the crystals itself, they can sense, you can communicate with them, you can receive that as energy, you can receive it as words or images. When I'm doing crystal healing, I see silver strands coming down from all from the ceiling. It's beautiful. When I'm using these crystals, that's what I'm seeing, these silver strands, and that's the crystal communicating with me. So when it comes to talking to a diva with the essence, the soul, we've all got souls. Animals have souls. Crystals have souls. It's called the diva, and it's the essence of them. So basically, you can interact with them all the time. So when you're using crystals, you might get a sudden insight and think, oh, I've just seen a color, or I've just seen a flash of light. What does that mean? And it's because you've just connected to the diva of that crystal, which is quite unbelievable. I do face-to-face crystal healing classes, and I always remember one of my students went home and she said, I've put all my crystals to bed and they're all giggling. And to the untrained ear, anyone would hear that and think, have they lost the plot? But I knew exactly what she meant, because they've got a little personality, a little diva, a little soul, the essence of them. So yeah, you do put them to bed at night. You make sure that they're all safe. You put them in the windowsill, under the moonlight or the sunlight, depending on how you want to lay them. And they do communicate with you. So if you meditate and observe them, if you go out for walks in nature and you've got your bag of crystals with you, they will start to open up to you. And it's all about communicating with them. It's possible to experience the diva as a mind or a spirit essence, providing an overview of the whole spirit of the stone. During this, you may feel an embrace of energy, which may be accompanied by a message, which you may receive in words or colours, or even just in your mind. But whatever it is, you will experience the diva. Some people experience the diva as a mental image. Some people really, really concentrate and go into the stone itself. But however it is for you, however it works for you, you will start to experience the diva. And that is when you know that you're onto something quite magical. Now, talking about the diva of the crystal, this then takes me to a record keeper. Who's heard of a record keeper? Now, record keepers are amazing. I cannot tell you how amazing a record keepers are. So you may have a record keeper with your crystal collection and not even realize it. As you can see on the slide, a record keeper is little tiny triangles. So this is my record keeper, but I know that you're not going to be able to see it with the camera. I'm trying to do it there. So that's a photograph of it. But they have little triangles in. Now, sadly, when it comes to actually buying them, this would take this crystal from £10 to probably £200 or £300 because of the fact it's got a record keeper. But a lot of the time, crystal sellers, if you go to a market stall, they don't even realize they've got record keepers. I always think, just look carefully, look for the actual, this cost me about £4. It wasn't very expensive. It's a record keeper. It's more than a record keeper. It's got about 10 different records in there. So if you go really close up, you will see these little triangles. Now, what these do are amazing. Basically, they say that all the ancient civilizations, the Lemurians, the Sumerians, the Atlanteans, the great healers that we look up to, have all put records into these. Because at the end of the day, we've got lost. In 2020, sadly, we've got lost in the world of computers and mobile phones and video games, and we've lost the original source. And the original source is the fact that they had all that knowledge of healing, all that knowledge, all those lost civilizations had all that knowledge. And what could they do with it? They had no computers in them days, no televisions, no electronic devices. They had crystals. And this is really serious. These are amazing, these record keepers. So what they do is all these amazing civilizations imprinted all their knowledge into the actual crystal. They placed all their knowledge into the crystal. And these crystals are alive and kicking today. Any crystal shop, any charity shop, you will find a record keeper, or just Google it. You will find record keepers. Go on eBay. And you'll find them with the little beautiful cross pyramids inside, little triangles. And in there is knowledge. And then all you have to do is focus on the crystal itself, close your eyes, meditate, and feel all the information, and you will get all that knowledge. All that amazing knowledge from all these lost civilizations is there. So we spend our life doing paranormal investigations, Googling information, trying our best to find out what's the world all about. You hear people saying it all the time. What's the meaning of life? The answers are in a record keeper. Just look at it, communicate with it, and feel it, and it will give you all the information. It's quite unbelievable. And when you do receive that information, it will blow your mind. So, and healing with a record keeper is even stronger. So you all need a record keeper. Simple as that. Record keeper, don't forget that. Okay, so I'm just going to have a little look at some questions. If anyone's got any questions for me, that's fine. I can take some questions. So I've got, can you send healing? Yes, Laura, I will. I'm seeing that. Tomorrow at 7 a.m. I will send healing. What I can do is I'll set up a healing pyramid. So I have a crystal pyramid, which I put all my healing underneath the crystal pyramid. And I put it in a grid. And then I put the person's name underneath there, and I'll send healing. So yeah, I will send. It's not just my healing, then it's crystal healing. So of course I will do that. Yeah, I will definitely do that for you, Laura. Hiya, Michaela. Hiya, Michael. Hiya, Danny. Hiya, Sandra Martin. Hiya, Debbie Clark. Jen Lowe. Hello, Jen Lowe. Joanne, you've got that one. Which one? You keep saying that. Which one have you got? It's the record keeper. Have you got a record keeper? Oh my God. Good evening, Ian. It is lovely to see you. It is lovely to see you. Okay, right. So we'll move on. We'll move on. So I'm going to talk to you now about your body. So not only are you, learning all this information about the crystals, but you have in your body, you have something called the polarity of your body. Now, the polarity of your body is quite interesting because this is a natural human function. So as you can see, we have an energy that moves around us. Okay, so you have a polarity of your body, which is your vital force or your prana. It has different names, and it's a balanced rhythm that circulates between all the organs of your body, and it penetrates every living cell and every little blood cell, everything that you have, it penetrates through. If the polarity of your body is blocked, if your actual lines are blocked, that can cause disease in different organs, and we don't want disease. Nobody needs disease in their body. So basically, the human system, it functions in accordance to the law of polarity. This means it has two energy points. We have north and south energy points. Everybody that's watching this video now has got two energy points, the polarity of your body. The energy system of the body reflects the electromagnetic properties of your life force energy. So one side of the body carries an electrical charge, which is the North Pole magnetic charge. This means that one nostril breathes out negative charged energy. Okay, and that hand on that side of the body holds a negative charge, and that negative hand is called your receiving hand. In the same way as the other side of your body, your nostril and your hand will hold a positive charge linking to the South Pole, and this hand is known as the sending hand. Now you need to know which is which, because when it comes to healing work, when it comes to using your crystals, when it comes to using a dowsing pendulum, which I'll come to next, is to do with the North and South Pole. So which is the negative and which is the negative side of you, which is the positive side of you. So there's a little demonstration that we can do. So I'm sure you may have to watch this on a rerun, but if you get your little clear quartz, your termination points, and you put one in each hand facing you, and one facing out. Okay, so you've got one facing in and one facing out. Usually would stand up, but you'll just close your eyes and you'll find that one of your hand starts to move. It's unbelievable. You need to practice this with your little clear quartz. Mine is the right hand is moving forward. Okay, so the hand that's moving forward, the polarity of my body is moving this way. So the polarity of my body, my right hand is my sending hand, my left hand is my receiving hand. So if I was going to work on, say, some psychometry, if this was a psychic development class, I'd be saying, hold it in your receiving hand. Hold an object in your receiving hand, and you'll start to pick up information quicker. So when it comes to your dowsing pendulum, which is what we're going to come to next, then you would hold it in this is my dowsing pendulum. What a beauty. In fact, I can't even keep it still. Look at that. Look at that beauty. I make them, just to let you know, I make them. These are made of orgonite, which is crystals set in a resin, which gets rid of any electrical objects in your room, basically. And we make these. So these are made, this one's made by my partner, Mark, and it's really, really powerful. He makes all our orgonite. We call them healing generators because that's what they're doing, they're healing you. So basically by holding it, you see I'm holding it there. If I just sit back a bit so you can see it better. Okay, so show me a yes. So it's moving in a circle. Show me a no. Show me no. It's just saying yes at the moment. There we go. There we go. Can you see that? I'm trying to get all that in there. Okay, so that is how dowsing pendulums work. So that was me holding it in the receiving hand. This is my sending hand. I would probably use my sending hand to do what I'm about to do next, which is a chakra test. So when it comes to healing, healing yourself with crystals, it's a beautiful thing to do. Healing yourself with a crystal is amazing, but healing somebody else with a crystal is even more amazing. So this works in different ways. So what you would do is you would literally lay the crystal over someone's chakra, basically, and watch how it moves. Now, if it's still, then that chakra is blocked. If it's moving loads like this, that chakra is far too vulnerable. You cannot have a chakra that is that vulnerable. It needs to close a little bit. So with a crystal pendulum, that will help you to get the right amount of energy that's going into that crystal. So I just want to show you. This is something we did earlier. Some little videos we made earlier. And this will show you a chakra test. Here we go. This was us literally half an hour before we came on air. That's my partner, Mark, who's fantastic with making the orgonite. And I'm just about to show you what a chakra test is. It's not playing, but that is probably because of the network. Sometimes that happens. So we'll just try and get it to play. While I'm looking at that, I'm just looking at some of your comments. Maureen, where's the best place to put black obsidian? Black obsidian needs to be on you, Maureen. Black obsidian stops all negative energy coming to you. So if you keep black obsidian on you, if you wear it as a necklace, or a bracelet, or a ring, or just keep it in your pocket, because it means that anywhere that negative energy is going, it will flow to you, go straight to the crystal, it will avoid you. So it's the best thing you can do. Hello, Avril. Thank you for joining me. And the best place for a rose quartz is your heart chakra. So I always say, just pop it down your bra, pop it down your top, because it's for your heart chakra. And if you just keep it there, that will heal you. That will help you to feel, when you feel upset with something, then a rose quartz helps. Because even though we can't take the actual problem away, we can actually, the rose quartz can heal you, can make you feel better about things. Sometimes we can't change what life throws at you, but we can help to change it and help you to feel better. So that's what the rose quartz will do. It heals you on an emotional level, which is really important. Okay, so the chakra cleansing, I'm just going to see if we can get the chakra test up here. I'm about to do it. These will be so, honestly, my hour will always have a few technical hiccups. Oh, yes, it will. Okay, here we go. Can you see that? So that's me just doing a chakra test. So there on the throat chakra, a little bit blocked. On the heart chakra, it's moving around. That's perfect. That is good. So there's no problems there. There's no problems with the heart chakra. So all I do is go over each chakra. That's a little bit blocked. Solar plexus there. So any blockages we need to deal with. And once we've done there you go. That's beautiful. The sacral. That's the sacral there. That's good. That's a good. That's the base area. That's good too. So the few blockages that we'll deal with afterwards, because if you have blockages, that'll cause illness. I have so many people that will say to me, I'm ill, I've been diagnosed with this, diagnosed with that. And I think, no, you just blocked. I know that once I do crystal healing on you, it will completely release all blockages, and then everything will flow, and your good health will then flow. And it's all about letting your good health flow and being rebalanced. So I always say there's no such thing as an illness. We need to just unblock you and it'll flow. So anything I can do when it comes to anything I can help with crystals, I will, because I know that they are quite magical. They're very good for fertility. I have a few babies out there that are named after crystals. My nephew, my sister's baby, Jet, is named after a crystal. We have a few called crystal or jade. There's one called Amethyst. These are babies I'm talking about because of the actual crystals that are used on the fertility. So it's really powerful. It just releases blockages. So you don't need blockages in life. Blockages come when you've had a tough time, when you've had a bit of stress and you've had a problem with work or someone's upset you. Suddenly you get a blockage in your heart chakra. You don't want that could bring on asthma. You don't want that. So when it comes to using a rose quartz, that will help. So there's 4 stages of healing, okay? We've got, when it comes to healing somebody, you've got the first stage is clearing. You've got to clear that energy. Then we're going to instill and balance the energy. Then we're going to build and strengthen the energy. And then we're going to expand your awareness and make you rather psychic, because we're all supposed to be on this higher realm now. This is where we're supposed to be. It's 2020. We're all supposed to be moving up on that spiritual path. So crystal healing will help. So I just want to show you a little video. Here's one we prepared earlier of a clearing energy. So remember that starter pack I mentioned at the beginning, your six clear quartz and then your generator crystal. So you would place them around you. There's different, you place them in like a figure of a triangle. So you place one at the elbows, one at the knees, one at the actual in between your ankles, one at the top of the head, and then you move around with your generator or your wand and you clear it. Now, as you're doing this, you will be quite amazed at what people are feeling. They will feel, I've had it described as they felt like a Scalextric was going around the bed, and that there was two cars, and one bad car was chasing a good car. No, a good car was chasing a bad car, and it was clearing all that negative energy. So once you've cleared somebody, straight away, that's it. That's all they needed. They needed that clearing energy. Then we need to move on from that, and we need to move into what I call instilling and balancing. Because once they're cleared, you then would place the crystals all around, one at each elbow, one at each knee, one at the top of your head, one in between your ankles, and then you would start to use your hands. You don't have to be a healer to do this. You don't have to be Reiki trained to do this. You're just basically putting your hands over their chakras, as you can see in the video, 2 at a time, always 2 at a time. And you're feeling energy. Now, you might feel something push underneath your hand and push your hand up. There we go. Perfect example. That means that chakra's got too much energy. You might feel your hand go really low. That means they've got not enough energy. So you are now pushing that energy down, pushing as best as you can to flatten that energy and instill it. So that means the energy goes throughout their body. So that's the best thing you can do for any person. You're actually balancing it, okay? So you've got all your 6 clear quartz chakras, 6 clear quartz crystals around you, and you've literally balanced them. So what do you do now? When you've balanced them, you've instilled the energy there, you made sure everything's right. The next thing to do will be to rebuild them and strengthen them, because this is where you turn them. I always say I'm turning them into the bionic man, the bionic woman. So rebuild and strengthen. So you place chakra stones on each chakra, and you literally move around, as you can see on the video, with my generator crystal, and I'm pushing energy. I can feel energy going into each chakra. by pushing that flow of energy into each one. When I'm moving the crystal up away from you, that's because there's too much energy in there. An overfilled chakra is worse than a vulnerable chakra. It's no good. It's got to be just right. It's got to be just right. So then you're moving the energy in. You'll feel it. You'll feel it. You'll be quite amazed with what you feel. So you're moving it in, and then you're moving it out with a spiraling way of doing it. There we go. Lovely. So now each chakra is completely perfect. So then the last thing to do, once somebody's got all their energy is cleared, they are completely balanced, all their energy has been rebuilt, the next thing to do is to expand their awareness, is to open them up to the spirit world. And this is done with a figure of 8. That's it. So you're moving round into a figure of 8, and this is expanding their awareness. Beautiful. This opens them up to higher dimensions, opens them up to their higher self. A figure of 8 is huge, you know. They say if ever you feel a little bit sad, you're supposed to walk around in a figure of 8, and it confuses your brain and it confuses your energy, and suddenly you feel happy. Try it. If you feel a bit low, walk around in a figure of 8, not in front of people, on your own. Walk around in a figure of 8 and you'll see how it affects you. But when it comes to a figure of 8 being put around your body, it will expand your awareness. You put the 3 clear quartz crystals over your head, and the second 3 clear quartz crystals by your feet, and that pushes everything open. Everything suddenly expands. You'll start to have very psychic dreams. The biggest thing about crystal healing is you get very psychic dreams. You will start to see things at the side of your eye. You might start to pick up on the spirit world. You'll start to connect to your higher self, which is up there somewhere. It's up there. We're all trying to get up there somewhere to our Akashic records. So by expanding your awareness, you'll start to feel on a higher vibration. Everything we do in life is trying to aim for that higher vibration. So it's quite amazing, really. And so then once you've done that, that's you've healed someone, or you've healed yourself. But when it comes to a good old-fashioned healing treatment for you and you alone, then there's a few different techniques that you can do. You can just use the chakra stones by placing one on each chakra and just lie there for about 15 minutes. I always say about 15 minutes because anything more than that, it's so powerful. It's usually a little bit too much. People that are used to healing energy and used to crystals maybe can go to 20 minutes, but then that, honestly, it's really powerful. I have known some people to try and put chakra stones on them all through the night, but it just doesn't work. It's too much. So about 15 minutes a day, really powerful. I can help you with anything to do with the chakra stones. We make them, anything to do with crystals that you place on each one. You know, it's all to do with the color relating. So a purple stone there, blue stone there, a green stone on your heart chakra, an orange stone, yellow stone, red stone. All, it's like the colours of the rainbow, isn't it? The colours of the chakras. And once they're placed on each one, that will absolutely empower you, make you feel amazing. If you've had a bad day at work and you've come in and you think, I'm feeling a little bit out of sorts here, what can I do? What can I do? So then what you do is you will literally lie there and you will place the clear quartz stones all around your head. You would then get a rose quartz and place that on your heart chakra. So a heart chakra stone there and the clear quartz just around your head, and you just sit there for about 10 minutes. That is wonderful. That will give you a feeling of when you're out of sorts and you feel, oh, I don't know what's going on, I don't know how I feel. That will help you massively. If you need grounding, which is what we all need, then you will hold on to a huge crystal, which is also a smoky quartz, is always good for this. And you just hold on to it and you just lie there and you close your eyes and you feel yourself being pulled into the earth. It's about being pulled down. Being pulled down into the earth is very grounding. It will, when you've got that spaced out feeling, there's nothing worse than having a spaced out feeling. By holding onto a crystal which pulls you down into the earth will make you feel normalized, as I call it, normalize you. So will eating a sweetie. So you can have a sweet and also do this, and that will also normalize you. When it comes to wanting to feel uplifted, then hold on to a crystal and have it pointing up. When it comes to pointing up, hold a crystal and let it point up. That will make you feel up. I just felt like I went up there somewhere. That was weird, that was. It will take you up there somewhere, so it'll make you feel uplifted. So I always say there's no such thing as depression and feeling low, because if you own a crystal with a termination point, then you just hold it facing upwards and it'll make you happy. Hold it facing downwards and it will keep you grounded. So in general, crystals can help with anything. They can help with stress, fertility. They can help with rebalancing you, giving you energy, clearing you of bad energy, giving you a literally, when you go round and round, go around your body with crystals, just keep going round and round and round and round. That is giving you a protection, a very strong, it's called an auric seal. It seals your aura, and that gives you a really powerful protection. So basically, nothing can affect you, nothing, especially if you use black crystals. They are really, 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 really powerful. Okay, so I just want to see what questions we have out there, because you must be want to know lots and lots of questions. So when you program your crystal, can it be programmed for more than one use, i.e. clear blockages and protection, or does it need to be individual crystal? Eddie, right, okay, good question. I don't know. No. Program it. You can program it for many things, but I feel that each one programmed for one thing. So this is to release negative energy, and then this one is to protect me from bad spirits, and then this one is to give me psychic awakening. And whatever it is that you program it for, that's your little, it's like your little, they serve you. They're like your servants, they serve you. So then they will do what you ask them. So I think one for each program. Yeah. Vanessa, you lost a new crystal pendant 2 weeks ago after buying it. You loved it and wore it every. Did you really? Right, okay. If you lose a crystal, then basically that means you don't need it anymore. And that sounds unbelievable, but a lot of people say, oh, I had a lovely crystal. It broke. It smashed into smithereens, or I've lost it. Well, then you don't need it. And another thing is, when you feel, say, for example, I have this rose quartz. Say if I needed this because I felt sad, and then I didn't feel sad anymore, but someone I knew felt sad, I would then pass it on. Crystals are made to be passed on. There's something called Apache tears. Oh God, there's so many I could talk about. There's so many I could talk about. But there's something called Apache tears, which are beautiful little black stones, and they are made of tears of the Apache Indians when there was a terrible massacre many years ago. And they say they cried that much that they formed these crystals. And anyone that owns an Apache tear will never be sad again. So there's all sorts of beautiful frequencies and energies that these crystals have. And they are life-changing. And believe in them or not, they are life-changing. Okay, so where's the best place to put black obsidian? Oh, yeah, I've answered that, haven't I? Yeah, black obsidian, keep it on you. Rose quartz on your heart chakra, definitely. Any more questions? I'm just having a little look here. Vanessa, you've left some of the crystals outside in the moonlight. It's rained. Yeah. Rainwater is one of the best ways of actually cleansing your crystals. So you wouldn't believe how just a little bit of rainwater, you would think it's got to be in salt water, but no, rainwater is a very good way of cleansing them. So if they do get wet, don't worry about that, because it's a good thing. It's a good thing. John Reese, yeah, you do need to believe, John. You need to believe in them more. You know, when it comes to certain things in life, I always say intent is everything. So if you've got a stone, which you know, just a basic stone from the ground, and you put your intent into it that you want it to heal you, then it'll work. But when it comes to crystals, they're already made on that it's the resonance of how they're made. They're made on that frequency. So like citrine, a beautiful citrine will draw abundance into your life. It'll bring happiness and joy into your life. This is a strange one. I've got that many crystals around me. Honestly, my room is filled with crystals. This one is a strange one. Look at, let me get that there. Look at that one. That's called Aragonite Sputnik. Yes, Aragonite Sputnik. And all these, there's a lot of flat parts on it, little particles. And what that does is it branches out sunlight. So if I was to leave that in the hallway, say if your house, you lived in the hallway of your house, all the little bits of sunlight, all the little bits of magic from the crystal will bounce out and give your whole house a sunny, happy feel. So there's so many different things that you can have. Paula, you said you love crystals. You didn't realize you have to program them. Well, you don't have to program them. They do have their own frequency. So just by having them, they work. But by programming them, that makes them ultra magical. So by putting an imprint to that and saying, right, I program you to do this, then suddenly they're sending out tenfold. So it is good to program them. Hands up who's got a dowsing pendulum. I'm sure there's a few of you out there that's got dowsing pendulums. These are absolutely amazing because they can be, you know, as this one is made of orgonite, we've made this, but you can get them made of different things. You can get them made of different crystals, and they help. You can have different pendulums for different parts of your life, for healing, for finding people, for answering questions, whatever it is you had. By the time I was about 10, I had about 12 different pendulums. So you can imagine how many I've got now. So yeah, so pendulums are amazing. When it comes to, for example, this one here, this crystal here, this has got growth coming from it. So you think, oh, I don't know if I like that one. It's got a bit of growth here and there. Because of it, it's six-sided and it's also got growth coming from either side. It means it's family related. So if I was doing a healing on someone that was struggling to have children, I would use this. It's very good for fertility. It's very good for family. There's all different crystals for different people. But my best advice to give you is whatever it is, whatever it means to you is the right thing. Because there's so many different crystals out there and so many different books that people get confused and think, oh, I've got this one, but it says it means this in one book and it means something else in another book. So my advice is just feel the crystal and feel what it means to you. And if it's doing something and if it's making you feel better, use it. Just keep it with you because that's connected to you. Don't forget, they've got a diva, they've got a soul, and they connect to you. It's like going to the dog kennels and looking at little puppies. Sometimes these puppies are just drawn to you. Well, that's what'll happen with your crystals. They'll get drawn to you too. So you just keep them forever because they'll be yours. When it comes to your starter pack, you've got your 6 stones, your generator, your 7 chakra stones. When it comes to healing yourself, just place them on each chakra and you can't go wrong. And when it comes to cleansing them, just put them in the moonlight, put them in salt water, smudge them, bury them in the ground, you know, as long as you can find them the next day, and then keep them with you. So I really hope that has helped. There's so many different crystals out there. I could talk all night about them, but I just hope that that's helped you tonight when it comes to the rock crystals, the clear quartz family, and how to actually do healing with them. I am going to put in the comments an A to Z of crystal meanings, of crystal, you know, A to Z of crystal meanings, so that will help you. And if you've got any questions, obviously feel free to ask me. Anna, one last thing. You've just said, please explain how to program them. So you basically hold them in your hand, you put your hand over, and you ask for a white light to flow through you, flow through your arms, flow through into your hand, and you say, I program you to be for healing. And that's it. That's it. So that becomes my healing crystal then. So whatever it is you need them for. Vanessa, you've just said you found some pyrite on the ground. Pyrite is known as fool's gold. Pyrite is amazing. And they say that everybody should own a piece of pyrite in their house. So it's a really good one. It does a lot of different things. It's very good for nervous energy. It's good for wealth. And if you find it, it's yours. Finders keepers when it comes to the crystal world. Finders keepers. So I hope that has helped you all. I will put an A to Z on the comments and feel free to ask me anything that you need to. Thank you, everybody. And thank you for joining me. That was my first hour, and I will have lots and lots and lots of more things to discuss with you. Lots more hours to discuss with you. But that was just my first little attempt of my crystals tonight.
Thank you very, very much.
That's right, magic.
I've been here all the time. You just didn't see me.
You hiding.
I have. I just want to say thank you for everyone for joining Helen this evening. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for all your comments. It's very much appreciated. Helen does have her own page, which I will make sure that I put the link in the comments for you so you can find her, and also so you can find out about all the fantastic things that she offers, as well as all the beautiful different pendulums and organized everything you can find and which you can purchase from her as well. She will be back. She will be back once a fortnight. So she's not here. You haven't got it every week. I'm sorry to say she's not here every week. She's here fortnightly. So please, please look out on the Keep On Chatting page to find out when she is back on and what she'll be talking about next time. Because from the 5th of January, all of the lives that we do will only be shown on the Keep On Chatting page. So if you want to keep up with everything and what everybody's doing, we've got another 3 shows starting in January on different evenings about different things. So please all stay up to date. Thank you all for joining us. I will see you all tomorrow on the All Talk Paranormal show, when I will be interviewing April, the psychic medium from New Jersey. She did our free readings last Thursday evening, and tomorrow evening you'll get your opportunity to ask questions, and we will be doing a Q&A and interview with her. Thank you all again. Thank you to Mark that's in the background for doing all his work for us. It's very much appreciated.
Yeah, I wasn't doing the technical side. Yeah, that was done by someone else.
Thank you. We appreciate it very much. So with this help, Helen's been able to do everything for us this evening. So I'd just like to say thank you again to Helen. Thank you again to Martin. Thank you everyone for watching. And yet again, we'll put everything in the comments so you can find it. So anything you're looking for will be on the Keep On Chatting page. Thank you, everyone. And I just want to say good night.
Thank you. Good night.